Well, it's once again time for your video online update. I know you guys have probably been sitting by your computer waiting for this update to come in, but this week I thought I'd actually have a little substance into what I had to say. So let's quickly make some observations about how the league has gone this year. You'll notice me looking down and away every once in a while because I'm checking out the website to actually make sure my facts are correct. One interesting fact so far, after 7 weeks, is that 9 of the 10 teams are still within 3 games of first place in their division. So pretty much that means everybody is still in it and playing to win. I guess I'm on the borderline of that, I guess, right now. But I don't know if there's been any one dominant team. Aaron is obviously 5-2 and has about 40 more points than the next closest team. But he's also had the least points scored against him, so that's definitely helped him get to his 5-2 record. The award so far for the most points scored against them goes to 967. So Daniel has actually had the most points scored against him, and that's impressive because he's leading his division at 5-2. So good job to Daniel. Maybe he'll win another championship. On the flip side, Joe has 615 points scored. That's definitely the lowest by 250 points. Obviously, some injuries have caused him to have a rough start to the year. And the least points scored against, as I mentioned, was Aaron. As we look at the matchups for this upcoming week, a couple of teams are ravaged by byes, but we've got a matchup of, let's see, first place team Aaron against Tom at 4-3. The projected total has Tom winning by 15 points. I'm sure Chandler would be happy with that. Some other games, Daniel and Bill are facing off. If you believe the projections, they're both going to have more than 175 points. I'm not sure I believe that, but it's got Daniel with a 10-point advantage. Joe taking on Mark. They've got Mark in a runaway. Joe, obviously, like I said, had some injury problems. You've got Anil at 3-4 against Allen at 4-3. So probably a big matchup for whoever wins that game. Right now, it's got Allen as a big lead, but I think Anil probably has to make some lineup adjustments still. And I'm taking on Brad. I'm at 2-5. I know, really fantastic start. Brad's at 4-3, but I do catch him on a week where he doesn't have Aaron Rodgers and Matt Forte. So I don't know. Maybe I can get lucky. I think we're even going to watch the games together this weekend out in East Iowa. Another thing I thought I'd actually do on this little blog to make it worthwhile is recap the first 2 rounds of our draft this year and see what picks have been good ones and which ones maybe haven't lived up to expectations yet. As we look at the first round of the draft, this is, of course, after keepers. It started off with Bill taking Hakeem Nicks, who's had a nice season so far. Then Ash Freeman, and I think he's probably got to be a little disappointed with Freeman so far this year. As I look at his stats, Freeman's only had 2 weeks above 20 points. Then Brad took Miles Austin. Obviously, he's missed a few weeks. When he's been in there, he's been okay. He's had one outstanding week. Mike Wallace, that seemed to be a pretty good pick by Bill with the 4th overall pick. He's had some very nice weeks. He's taken over the leadership role on the Steelers and is a home run threat at all times. I took LeGarrette Blount with the 5th pick. Outside of 2 weeks, that's been a total wash for me. Excuse me, a total terrible pick for me. He's really not helped me at all. I was really counting on him to be my second best, third best running back. But he has not lived up. Maybe now that Ernest Graham is out and Blunt's coming back after a bye, maybe I'll catch a break. Then Tom took Ben Roethlisberger, who's pretty steady Eddie, pretty constant. Although he's been up and down this year. He's had 2 weeks above 30. He's had a couple of weeks below 10, so I'm sure Tom would like more consistency out of him. Daniel took Matthew Stafford. I know he was super happy with that, but now Stafford's dealing with an injury, which of course was always an issue. Started off real hot, has cooled off in recent weeks. Anil took Ahmad Bradshaw. He's coming off a huge game against Buffalo a few weeks ago, so I think that's been a solid pick. Then Antonio Gates went to Bill. Obviously, he was injured for a bunch of weeks, then Bill did trade him to me, so I have him right now, and I'm hoping he comes back and plays well. Aaron took Ryan Matthews, who looks like is getting a bulk of the carries now in San Diego. I know he's a little banged up, but again, I wouldn't say really any of the first-round picks were complete busts. My overall take on it was that I'd say the worst pick overall from the round would be, at least by results, would be my pick of LeGarrette Blount. He's probably been the most disappointing. Maybe second, Josh Freeman. After that, the best pick of the round, you probably have to go with Mike Wallace, possibly, as the best pick of the round. Maybe Matthew Stafford if he continues his great play, and of course Ben Roethlisberger's had some huge weeks. I'm getting a little long here, so I think I'm going to just recap that round. I'll go into round 5 next week. But I hope you guys are enjoying these online blogs. It is currently 6 o'clock on Friday. I probably should get out of here since I'm still at school. Good luck to all of you this weekend, and don't forget to watch the league Thursday nights on FX. Talk to you later.